or in case if you stuck somewhere, then we have Saturday. But installation is not that much difficult. You would be able to do it. So let me close
So
this.
मेरा भी same situation है due to internet issue.
Okay, no issues. You can.
Sir, I cannot join the yesterday class, and I have not also installed the lineage. I was sick, so I will install it tomorrow.
Okay, no issues.
सर इसका रिकॉर्डिंग कहाँ पर मिलेगा सर?
I will share the link with Anamika. So that will be the same link that I have shared in the last session. Let me clarify you.
पोर्टल पे नहीं रहेगा क्या रिकॉर्डिंग?
No. In the portal there won't be any recording. See, let me clarify you.
सर आपने जो लिंक भेजेगा वो वीडियो में सारे मतलब कैसा लिनक्स इंस्टॉल करना है, बाकी सब कुछ डिटेल है ना उधर?
Link, which link? I did not get it.
No. आप जो बोल रहे हैं ना कल का रिकॉर्डिंग जो भेजेगा उसी में सारे डिटेल्स है ना, इमेज कैसा इंस्टॉल करना डिटेल.
Were you available in the yesterday session?
Yes, but in the last time due to my internet issue I am not available.
Yesterday I did not tell how to install the Linux. Today I will tell you. Okay, so it will be there in the today's recording. Yesterday we were only discuss about the doubts. See, let me clarify you how the recordings will be processed and how the notes will be there. So you might have got this link from Anamika. Let me show you. AWS. So this is the folder link that you have got from Anamika. Now what I will do, I will upload all the videos and all the notes inside this particular folder, this one, AWS weekend class. So class 1 recording, you have got it along with the notes. I think you have also got this PDF file, right? Then class 2 recording is this one, and there is no note because there was not something related to the note. That time we have done the doubt session. So here what I will do, I will again create class 3 folder in this link. There will be class 3 folder in the same link in this one. And here I will upload yesterday's video along with notes. Then for today's, I will again create one of the class 4 folder. And in this particular folder, I will upload today's video along with notes. So there will be same link throughout the session, this one that you have got in the last weekend. So the same link is going to use in the entire session, and you will be getting your videos and links inside this. So there will be subfolder class wise, like class 1, class 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And you need to open that folder in order to get the video and notes. So that's something. But yes, you will again get the link from Anamika. Every weekend Anamika is going to send you the link, but the link will remain same.
सर उस लिंक का कुछ टाइम लिमिट भी है क्या?
No. There is no time period. Whatever video will be uploaded throughout the class, it will be there in this particular folder. You can also download this. Download permissions have been given to you, so you can download all the videos, all the notes. You will have that level of permission, so you can keep it safe in your personal system as well. If you don't want to save it, it will be there in this particular folder. Otherwise, you can download it in your personal system as well. Okay. I would advise that download these kind of videos and notes, because in future, once your classes will be ended, so might be just to save the space, I will delete this folder when your classes will be ended, when your complete session will be ended then. But for this particular duration, till the time we are on the session, this folder will be there. So you can download all the content, all the videos inside this, and you can keep it safe in your personal devices. Otherwise, it's your choice. The link will remain same, but yes, every weekend you will be getting the link. Now you know how to see the video and notes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's start the session then.
Yes, sir.
So let's start with Linux. Let's start with the first session of Linux, and it would hardly take 6 to 7 sessions, and we will complete a lot of things in the Linux, including servers, including Linux servers, including all the command line interface of Linux, which is required to work as a administrator. Means after this, you would be able to manage the Linux server environment in the company. So let's start. So when we talk about Linux, so Linux is also one of the OS. It is also one of the operating system. Every one of you know what operating system is, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
okay, good. See, when we talk about software, so software are of two type. First one is system software and second one is application software. These are the two types of softwares. Now, when we talk about system software, so system software is that kind of software which directly gets installed on the physical hardware. Means I have a desktop, suppose I have a desktop. That is what? That is just a hardware. I have a desktop, I have a laptop. So that is what? That is a physical hardware. That is a physical machine. Now, why I have purchased that desktop? So that I can do my regular work. I want to do my regular work. Suppose if I have purchased it for my personal use, then I want to use my desktop or laptop for my personal use case. Like I want to attend the training, I want to do gaming, I want to save my files, I want to do something. So for my personal case, I have purchased the desktop. When we talk about official case, then it would be for official purpose. Now, when we talk about any hardware, desktop, laptop, that is just a physical machine. And that hardware is programmed in such a way that it can understand machine language. Means our laptop and our computer cannot understand our language. We speak Hindi, we speak Kannada, we speak Bengali, we speak Marathi, English, but our system cannot understand this kind of language. System only understand the machine language, which is called assembly programming. So hardware is designed in such a way that it can only understand the machine language, the assembly programming. And you might know that on every laptop and desktop, there is a motherboard. So on the motherboard, on the chipset, on the chip of the motherboard, this kind of language has been designed. Now, why I have purchased my desktop and laptop? So that I can use it for my use, but I don't understand the machine language. I don't understand the language of desktop and laptop because that is in algorithm, that is in code format. I only understand my language. Either I understand English, Hindi, Punjabi, or if someone is from South, then they would be able to understand Kannada, Tamil, Telugu. If someone is from Maharashtra, they understand Hindi, English, Marathi. So we understand our native language, but computer does not understand it. So just to give an interface, just to give a communication interface between my hardware and me, between a human and a hardware, there is a system software requirement. A system software would be required. So what we will do, we will install system software on our physical machine, on our desktop and laptop. Once it is installed, then we would be able to understand the language of system in our native language. Generally, we install the operating system in English. Generally, we install the system software in English. Just like I have Windows 11. So Windows 11 is one of the operating system, and operating system is one of the example of system software. Means operating systems are called system software. These are first category of software. So system softwares are those softwares which will directly get installed on the physical base machine so that we can get a interface. OS is what? OS gives us the interface to work on a physical system. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand how the system works. We will not be able to give any interface. We will not be able to use the system. Now I know that if I will click here, then these kind of options will come. If I want to open any file, I will open it because this is in my language. So this is a interface. So operating system gives you the interface, and it is an example of system software. Now operating system comes in two categories. All of you know server operating system, client operating system. So server operating systems are those operating system which is specifically designed for server task. And client operating system are those operating system which will installed on the end devices for the end user. Just like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Mac operating system, Android, these are the example of client operating system. This is designed for the human being like us. And Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2019, Windows Server 2022, Linux, Red Hat Enterprise, that are the example of server operating system. So that is something we should have that idea, like we should have that basic idea. Application software means your third-party software that you know that we install on our OS. Now Linux, when we talk about Linux, so Linux is also one of the operating system. Just like your Windows, Linux is also one of the OS. Windows OS is the product of Microsoft and Linux is the product of different company. Now let's discuss about the Linux or Linux. So actually it is called Linux. The actual name is Linux, not Linux, but the Indian, they have just differentiated the pronunciation of this and they are calling it as Linux. Just like when you might have heard about CCNA. So in CCNA, there is a concept called routing and switching. So actually in reality, it is not routing, it is routing. And we Indian read it as route, but in the US market, it is called route. So once you will work in the international MNC, then they will be using this kind of word like route, routing. So it will not be route, it will not be routing, it will be routing and route. So there is a pronunciation difference. Similarly, it is not Linux, it is Linux. The actual name is Linux. Why it is Linux, we will discuss on that. So let's discuss about the Linux part. So before the creation of Linux, it was around in 1964 or something. There was a project. There was a project in the Bell Laboratories. So there was a Bell Laboratories kind of concept in 1964 around, and there was a project. The project, on that project, multiple people were working, and they were trying to develop an operating system which will help on the server level. So on this particular project, multiple scientists, multiple programmers, they were trying to work on a project so that they can develop one of the server level operating system. So finally, they have decided to involve with one of the operating system, which is called UNICS, Unix, UNICS. So this operating system got developed, but this project got cancelled. After 2 years, this project got cancelled. So this could not get evolved. Means finally it could not come to the market. It got failed. Then around in 1966 or 67, I don't remember the exact year. So around in 1966 or 7 might be, there was 2%, Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson. These 2% decided that the project which got cancelled, we will start it again and we will work on this project and we will create one of the operating system which can work as a server OS. It was before the invention of Windows. This time Windows was not there. Windows was not there in the market. No server operating system of Windows. The first server operating system of Microsoft was NT 4.0 in Windows category, NT 4.0. But that was in 90s. So it is very old story when Windows was not there in the market that time. So now these two people decided that we will work on this project and we will create the operating system. In these two people, this person, you might have heard about this name, Dennis Ritchie. The people who are from the programming background, they can understand this name. This Dennis Ritchie is the founder of C language. C language has been written by Dennis Ritchie. So these two people decided that we are going to work on this OS, and finally they did it. They developed a full-fledged command line operating system, and the name was UNICS, which is uniplexed. This is the full form of Unix. Uniplexed, uniplexed information computing services. So this operating system got developed under the project, and it was written in C language first, because Dennis Ritchie was the creator of C language. So it was written in C language. It got very successful in the market as a server OS. The companies started to adopt it, and finally it got evolved in different part of the country, and the name got changed. The UNICS now have become the Unix, UNIX, because when someone was pronouncing it, although the name was UNICS, this was the full form, but when someone was pronouncing it, so it was looking like Unix. That's why the name got changed and it became UNIX, Unix. After this, in the era of 90s, I don't remember the exact year again. It is not, I cannot remember the year. Then there is a person, his name was Linus Benedict Torvalds, or in short, you can say Linus Torvalds. This was the programmer. This person was the world's biggest hacker till now. Like, there was a group of hackers that time. Those people are called anonymous hackers. So Linus Benedict Torvalds is one of the anonymous hacker and the world's finest hacker in the world. Even this group who developed the UNICX operating system, they were also the world's best programmer and hacker. So Linus Benedict Torvalds did what? He took Unix, code, and he tried to create his own operating system. And finally, he made one of the copy of the Unix, and that become Linux on his own name. Actually, Linux is the name of this person who has created the Linux operating system. So since Linus Benedict Torvalds was the inventor behind the Linux operating system, and which was just an extension, means the code, the source code of Unix was used in the creation of Linux by Linus Benedict Torvalds. So he just created one of the OS and he just given the name as Linux. So Linux OS becomes the name of this person. Now, since then to till now, Linux is one of the most preferred operating system on server category or on security side. This is the most preferred operating system in the world. When we talk about most of the secure servers in the world, just like NASA organization have their critical servers on Linux platform. Any scientific organization, they works on Linux platform. Apart from this, every organization which has a critical database, they also have the Linux platform. So it is not something that Windows is only famous. Windows is famous because of the user interface, but in the company, Linux is also there. You will see both the mixtures. You will see Linux as well. You will see Windows as well. So the administrators, there is a dedicated team to work on the Linux. Linux administration kind of work is managed by the Linux administrator in company. But yes, as a cloud administrator, we will have to deploy the Linux in company. It is our job, and some kind of configuration like server configuration on the cloud end, we will have to do it because we are going to manage the cloud. So if the company has the Linux infra on the cloud environment, then it will be our job to manage it in the company. That's why we have to learn the Linux. That's the reason. Because in the company, it is not something that they will hire one of the AWS administrator and they will pay the salary. Then for Linux, they have to hire another engineer. Then for Windows Server, they have to hire the another engineer. So what company wants? Its company nowadays wants a full man army. Means a person who can handle the AWS cloud infrastructure as well, he or she can handle the Linux part as well and Windows Server part as well. That's the reason we have to learn the server OS, Linux and Windows as well. That's the reason. Otherwise, on the AWS, you are going to deploy the server. But once you will deploy the server, then how you are going to manage it if you don't know how the operating system works? So that's the reason we have to learn it. So Linus Bandit Torvalds was the inventor of Linux operating system. And since then, Linux has been introduced in the market. Now, in the first class or second class, I think I have told you that Linux is one of the open source OS. Open source OS means Linux has fully disclosed its source code. Whatever is the source code of Linux, it has been fully disclosed by the creator. Means the code under which the Linux has been created, that is fully available. So anyone who is a good programmer, they can modify the Linux operating system and they can create their own version of Linux. They can create the copy. Even Linux is also one of the copy of Unix, because Unix was also one of the open source project. So code was leaked. That's the reason Linux got created, and Linux also became open source. That's the reason anyone who knows the coding very well, they can create multiple copies of Linux operating system. And this has happened. Nowadays, there are a lot of copies of Linux operating system with different name. We have CentOS, we have Kali, we have Backtrack. These all are Linux operating system. We have Ubuntu, we have Arch, Mint, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which is called RHEL, etc. Even Aryabhat got developed by one of the Indian. It is again one of the copy of Linux. Kali got developed by one of the Indian. It was the group of some Bengali people. That's why the name was given as Kali. CentOS was developed by hacker community. Ubuntu got developed by hacker community. Backtrack is for the, again, hacking. The hacker uses Kali and Backtrack to hack anyone, to hack any network. So different programmers in the world, they have created different copies of the Linux, and these are called flavors. These are called flavors of Linux. So there are around 42 flavors of Linux in the world with different names. And these all are open source. Open source means their code is freely available. If you are a good programmer, change it, add new feature. If you want to add new feature, add it. If you want to remove something, do it. It's freely available. But when we talk about Windows, so Windows is not open source, it is closed source. Closed source means they don't disclose the source code. You cannot do any changes in the window. Only Microsoft team can do the changes. You cannot do. But in Linux, if you have the guts, you can do any changes and you can create multiple copies. Now, when we talk about company, so these are the types of Linux. These are the flavors. Flavors means type, the different variety. But when we talk about company, in the real organization, nobody uses Ceph. Any question?
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, as you said that we can do as Linux is
Mhm.
open source, so we can edit accordingly.
Mhm.
So we can edit for our personal use, and if we want to publish that, like we are downloading on the website, so that it is for everyone use. So how we can, means that
How you can?
sir, how we can globally means edit the
You mean to
add our
say that
feature, add
you
our
want to
feature.
modify one of the Linux source code. Suppose you modified
Yes,
CentOS
yes, yes.
and you created it, suppose in your name. Suppose you have created one of the OSS, SAP CentOS, right? And you are saying that everyone wants to use it in the world. Then how will you publish it? That's the question. So see, there is a group, there is an open source group of the community hackers. On that group, on the open source community, there will be hackers who are called white hat hackers. White hat hacker means the safe hackers. And there will be programmers. the freelance programmers in the world. So what you have to do is, whenever you are creating any kind of open source software or open source operating system, then you can upload that operating system on that open source group. Once that will be uploaded, then those people are going to do the marketing. Means they will broadcast it that this kind of operating system has been created. Then people of the group will start using it. If they feel that this is good, then they will use it. Otherwise, no, that will be failed. Clear? So that's a very high end of a story. So Linux can be created, source code can be modified, and it can be uploaded on the community portal. I can hear the background noise.
Exactly.
Mr. Jose, is it true that you were nominated?
कौन था भाई? So it is possible that you can create the copies of Linux if you have the good programming skills, and you can upload it on the community portal. So everyone would be able to see it. Now, when we talk about the real company scenario, then in real company, nobody uses these kind of open source Linux. Means this CentOS, Kali, Backtrack, these kind of Linux are not in use in the company. Ubuntu is somehow used. Ubuntu is somehow used in the small organization, but in the biggest organization, nobody uses this Mint, Aryabhat, Kali, Backtrack. These kind of Linux are not in use. What they use it, they use this one, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHEL. So what RHEL is? RHEL is the commercial company. Commercial company means it is one of the established company in the world, just like Microsoft. It is one of the company, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and it sells the Linux in the world. Means here it creates the operating system with the name of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and it is selling it to the company. So in the company, they are using RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which is a commercial one. And again, it is also free. We don't have to pay any charges to the Red Hat Enterprise organization to purchase the Linux. It is free for the company as well, because every Linux is free. Every flavor of Linux is free. No single money. But for Windows, we have to give the money to the Microsoft. We have to purchase the license. So in Linux, it is not the case. It is freely available. The image that I have told you to download yesterday, that was the official Red Hat Enterprise Linux image. This is the official site, developers.redhat.com. This is the commercial site of the company. And from here, you can download the real image. That's the real image. No pirated OS, no activation code required. It will be valid for lifetime. And even you don't have to pay any money to the Red Hat Enterprise organization. It will be free, because every Linux is open source. It is freely available. But why company uses Red Hat Enterprise Linux? Why company don't use CentOS? Why company don't use Ubuntu? So there is a reason behind it. What is the reason? See, this Red Hat Enterprise Linux is fully controlled by this company. This company is controlling this operating system. It means it is not getting controlled by any third party. Only the rights have with Red Hat Enterprise. So only Red Hat is controlling this operating system. Plus, if we talk about these kind of operating system, the open source flavors, every time or any time it can be modified. Because suppose I am a good programmer, so I will pick Kali and I will change it. I will add new feature. I can do any kind of modification. So if I will use this kind of operating system, the free one in the company environment, so if someone changes the code, then it is going to impact my company. If suppose someone blocks one of the feature in Kali and I'm using it in the real company, if that feature has been blocked, then it is going to impact my real company. So my production will be blocked. So that's the reason in the real organization, nobody uses these kind of freewares. They would prefer the commercial one, which is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So here, the first thing is it is controlled by the company. It is a commercial OS. It is getting controlled by the company. So the liability is with the company. If something goes wrong, then company is going to take the responsibility. This is the first reason that company prefers RHEL. The second reason is support. Support is the second reason. Support means, as I have told you, that Linux is free. Every Linux is free. Even Red Hat Enterprise Linux is also free. But how the company is earning money then? If they are selling the operating system free of cost, then how Red Hat is earning the money? Because of the support facility. Support means Linux says, Red Hat says that if you will use this operating system in the real company environment, so since this is one of the server OS, this is not a client OS, this is server OS, Red Hat. So if you will use in the company environment on the server platform, so there may be chances that there will be issues, because that's a technical field. So every time there can be issues. So if there is any issue on the server level, on the Linux operating system, then company is going to support you. There will be a support system. And for that support, they are going to charge you. They will charge you then. Understood? So this is how Linux is earning the money. This is how this company earns the money. This is their business. So they charge the company for the support they are providing. So in case there is any issue, they will take care of the support part, and for that they will charge you. The another benefit of using the Red Hat Enterprise Linux in the company is the patch part. Patching means update. So as we know that on every operating system and software, there are updates. So if there is any update on the Red Hat Enterprise Linux OS, then the company is going to take care of it. Means this Red Hat company is going to take care of that update, and for that they are going to charge you, because you will download the update from their site, so they are going to charge you. But when we talk about these kind of operating system, so no one is controlling the update, because everyone is managing these kind of Linux. This is open source. These all are open source. Anyone can modify it. Anyone can change it. So there is no control on the update. No one is managing the update. I am a good programmer. I will pick Arch Linux and I will change it. That will be updated. But there should be a central authority that should be managing the update, because in the real company environment, we should know what is happening. We should know what kind of update is getting installed. Suppose I am a hacker, and if I pick Arrowhead Linux and if I install any of the plugin, so if someone install the Arrowhead Linux, then their credential will be leaked. This is also possible because this is one of the open source project. But in company, this is very risky. So why they prefer Red Hat Enterprise Linux? Because the support system is good. It is in the control of a company, plus the patching, update, and the maintenance task is managed by the company itself. All what you have to do is you have to pay the money. But when we talk about these kind of OS, then here the support system is the community. There is a community portal. So in the community portal, what is happening? If you face any of the issue in these kind of Linux, then you can post your query on the community portal and someone from the team will get back to you. They will give you the answers on the portal. But when we talk about the official Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which is used in the company, so here you will take the support subscription from the Red Hat. You will buy the plan. And in case you face any issue on the server, then you can contact to the Red Hat Enterprise company. Their engineers will support you. So there is no posting kind of thing here. Here the real support will be given by the company. So this is their business, and that's the reason it is used in the company environment. So in the real environment, you will not see these kind of OS. Ubuntu can be seen, but Ubuntu will be mostly seen on the client OS end. On the client OS end means it will be used on the end user side for most of the user, like who are the programmer or someone. So somehow in the small company, this will be used because it has some good support facility. But on the server side, when we talk about the server, so on server, they will be using Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now, when we talk about the versions of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, because we have to learn this one, Red Hat Enterprise. When we talk about the versions of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, if I go to the download series, then you might have seen that we have a lot. Currently, we have 9.1. It got released on 15th of November 2022. Means it's been around 3 to 4 months back. It got released in the market. And before this, it was 8.7.0. It got released on 8 November 2022. This is the latest version, this one. And this one got released in again 8 November 2022. So these are the flavor. Then before this, this is 9.0 version. Before this, before 8.7.0, it was 9.0 version again. And these are the release date. Then for this particular series, these are the release date. So these all are the release date actually. So when I started my journey on the Linux, that time it was Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5.0. When I entered into the IT industry, it was in 2013. I started my IT journey in 2013. Means I started my learning in IT in 2013, not the job. Job I started in last of 2014. Yes, in 2014 last. So that time the companies were using Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5. And currently it has Linux 9. But companies are still using Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 because they always use -1, the current -1. Same applies to Microsoft, same applies to Linux. So they don't use the most latest operating system on the server level. They always use the older one because on the latest, there can be some modification, there can be some bugs, there can be some updated. So the company always try to improve that. So that's the reason in the real environment, you will not see the very latest operating system on the server side. Still the company are using Windows Server 2012, but in market, it is Windows Server 2022. So they will not be directly using 2022. They will be using before that, like 2019, 2012. So similar thing applies to the Linux as well. Company will not use the latest one because here there will be modification. They will be using the older one before that. They might be using 8, they might be using 7. So this is the not the complete story of Linux, because history is something you should not, you don't need to understand the history and all. You will have to focus on this one, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Now every Linux, like most of the Linux, can be installed in 2 ways. You can install it on the system just like you do for the window, and you can run it directly. Run it directly means you should have the image. If you have the image, then you don't need to install it. Just run it directly on the system. Once your task is completed, you can just close it. You can close that image. Means you can create a bootable pen drive with the Linux, run the installer, do your work, close the Linux, take out the pen drive and go. So you don't have to install the Linux, most of the flavor. And if you want to install it on the system, then you can do it. So in the company, they will be installing it on the system. They will not be running it directly. This is one of the feature of Linux, but in the real environment, on the server environment, no direct facility will be given. It will be installed on the machine. So now let's see how we can install the Linux. So on the on-premises environment, on the company environment, there can be 2 types of Linux flavor, Linux installation. It can be on cloud or it can be on premises. On premises means which is not on cloud. So in the on premises scenario, they will be installing it on the hardware server directly. And on the cloud environment, they will be installing it on the cloud, just like AWS, Azure. So it depends what the scenario of company is, whether they are on cloud or whether they are on premises. So we will start with the installation on our system. Means we will see how the on premises installation works. Then we will move to the cloud. Once we are familiar with the Linux, how it works, how the command line interface works, then we will move on to the AWS, and on AWS we will launch the Linux flavor. So let's do it. So in the original, in the company, the Linux is completely CLI. It is complete command line interface. There is no graphic in the real company, because in the graphic it consumes a lot of resources. There can be chances of virus. But yes, Linux is also available in GUI as well, just for the good user interface, because Microsoft provides the graphical user interface on the server. So that's the reason nowadays Linux is also providing the GUI. But in reality, Linux always operate from the CLI. Even if you will install the GUI Linux, the graphical one, so it will look good, but it will be operated from command line interface. You cannot operate the Linux from the graphics. Server can be operated from command only. So let's see how the Linux installation works. So we will install it on our system. We are not going to directly install it on our base machine because we don't know how it works. We don't have any idea. Like I have the idea, but you guys don't have any idea that how it is going to get operated. So we will not install it on our base machine. On our base machine, there will be Windows, because we are familiar with Windows OS, and we will be using a virtualization platform just like VMware Workstation or Oracle VirtualBox. So on that particular virtualization application, we are going to install the Linux in one of the machine. Then we will understand how Linux works. We will see all the practicals of Linux. Once that is completed, then we will move to the cloud. On the AWS, we will launch the Linux and we will see all the facility, all the consoles. So let's start it. So for Linux installation, you can use any software. Just like yesterday, I had told you that you can use VMware Workstation as well, or you can use Oracle VirtualBox. It is up to you. There is a limitation of VMware Workstation. During the VMware Workstation installation, it will ask you the key, means the activation key you will have to give. So if you can arrange that, means from the Google it is available. If you don't have, I can get it. I can give it to you. I have the codes. I have the product key. So you can activate your VMware Workstation and it will be valid. But in case you don't want to use VMware Workstation, then you can use Oracle VirtualBox as well. It is freely available. It is open source. You don't require any product key, any license key. It will be updated lifetime. So on my system, I'm using this one. You can use VMware Workstation as well. Whatever is convenient to you, you can use. It is already like the VirtualBox is already installed on my system. You can double click on it, next, and finish. That's the process. Is there anyone in the session who have downloaded the image of Linux? Then I can show you on that system.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if someone has downloaded, then one person can share the screen. Then I will tell you how you can do it, because I already have that installed. It is already installed on my system.
Sir, I share my screen.
So you can share your screen, then I will tell you.
So can I?
Anyone can share the screen, just one person can share it.
So here I have installed it. Sir, I don't know which version. I have installed 2-3 types.
Your screen is not coming.
So now,
Yeah, now it is good. So what Linux you have installed? Okay,
yeah.
you have downloaded all the things. Are you in company?
No, sir. No, sir.
So this is
No, sir.
Arch. So this will not work. See, everything is
Okay, sir.
Arch. I had told you to download DVD ISO.
I have downloaded DVD.
Sir, I have downloaded.
Then you can share the screen.
Okay.
But DVD ISO I have also downloaded here.
That's DVD ISO, but that's Arch Linux, AARCH. So it should not be
Okay.
Arch. Who is sharing the screen now?
Sir, Shikha.
Okay, Shikha. So you can share then.
Yes, sir.
This is your screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this version you have to download, RHEL 8.7 x86 64 dvd.iso. This one you have to download.
Okay. Okay.
Then for virtualization software, what application you are using?
Sir, Oracle and VMware दोनों ही हैं.
Okay, you have both. So you can open any one. You can open Oracle or VMware. It's up to you. Whatever is convenient for you guys, you can do it. We have to install it anyways, just for our practical. The platform can be anything. Because in the real company, you will see it on the cloud platform nowadays. So that's the reason. Here you can install it anywhere. Once we will see it on the AWS, then we will do it on AWS platform. So this is the Oracle VirtualBox screen. This is the first screen of Oracle. In order to install the Linux, what you have to do is you will click on File. Not File, just go to Machines.
Yes, sir.
Then you need to click on New.
Okay.
So in the New, you have to give one of the name of the virtual machine, what name you want to give. So you can give any name, suppose, okay, you can give your own name. Then in which location, let me give just give me the control so that I can
Yes.
redirect. I have requested. Okay, good. See, on this particular folder location, here you will have to give one of the location where the Linux files will be installed, means where this OS file will be installed.
Okay.
So that will be the main directory where all the logs, all the booting files would be available. So in the virtualization case, you have to give this kind of location. So here, if I go to others, if I click on this drop down, if I go to others, then here you can see in this system, there are only one drive, only C drive is available here, and it only has 34.3 GB of free space. Okay, you only have very less space. No issues, we can install it here. So I am giving the location of C drive. In the C drive, let's create one of the folder. So let's create the folder as rel. In this location, our operating system files will be stored.
Okay.
Sir, how much space is required for this?
Minimum 10 GB.
10 GB.
Linux only takes very less space. Even if you have 8 GB of space, it will work. So minimum 8 GB will be required, but if you will give 20 GB, then the performance would be good.
And for RAM
In the
also?
company environment, it will be 40 GB, 60 GB.
Okay.
That kind of storage will be there in the company for Linux end. Then ISO image. Image means from where you will pick up the Red Hat. So we have downloaded the image, and where it is available, it is in download, right?
Yes, sir.
So we will go to the download location, other
And downloads.
downloads. Then this is the image. So you will select this image, click on open. Then you can see the image has been selected here. Then we need to check this one, skip unattended installation. This has nothing to do with the Linux. This is the feature of Oracle VirtualBox.
Okay.
So just check this one, click on next. Here you will have to allocate the resources. Since this is a virtualization platform, this is one of the virtualization software. So for Linux, how much RAM? Base memory means how much RAM you want to allocate, and processor means how much CPU you want to allocate to the Linux. So here you will give the RAM in MB. How much total RAM you have in the system?
So I think they are the name.
So in total, it has 8 GB of RAM on the base machine. So let's give 4 GB to Linux then. Once the Linux will be shut down, then this 4 GB will not be in use. Once it is open, once the Linux is logged in, then it will be using the 4 GB from the base machine. So for 4 GB, it will be around 4096 MB, right?
Yes, sir.
4096 MB. So I am giving 4 GB of RAM. And for CPU cores, suppose I am giving 2, because in total it has 4 core of CPU available. So out of 4, I am giving 2. Then click on next. Till here, everything is clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt,
Yes, sir.
anything you can ask. Then next.
Sir, can you please once again tell the check option that which one you have to check after the
This one.
Selecting the ISO. Yes, yes. Yes.
This one. Skip unattended installation. You will check this one because we will do the installation manually. In the
Okay.
unattended installation, we define the script, so we don't have to be available. System will automatically install the OS. That's the meaning of unattended installation. But if we will skip this option, then we can perform the installation manually. And we want to install the Linux manually with our own, so that we can understand how Linux gets installed. That's the reason I have checked this option. So you will check
Okay.
this option. Next, here we have to define the RAM and the CPU, how much RAM and CPU you want to allocate to the Linux. So I have done it in MB. Then next, here the disk size. Disk size means every operating system requires a partition. Just like in our window, there is a C drive. In the C drive, all the important files will be stored. Similarly, in the Linux, there is no C drive. I will let you know gradually that in Linux, there will not be any C drive, D drive, E drive. In Linux, there is slash directory. So we will understand that as well, like how the directory works in Linux. In Windows, there is drive, there is partition, C drive, D drive, E drive. But in Linux, there is no drive concept. There is no CDE concept. There will be slash directory. So in Linux, we call this as directory. So I will tell you gradually once we will start it. So here we have to define one of the storage size for the Linux. So it has taken 20 GB. 20 GB is enough for the Linux installation. In case you want to extend it, then you can give another size as well. Suppose you want to give 30 GB, then you can. You want to give 40 GB, then you can also. But in the real company, it will be around 40 to 60 GB of storage for the root directory. Root directory means C drive. Just assume it as a C drive in Windows. So this is going to become your C drive.
Okay.
Then, so we have given 20 GB of space for the Linux installation. Just do it as 30 so that we can do our complete practical. So I have given 30 GB of space for the Linux directory. So my Linux is going to use 30 GB as the storage. Then click on next. This is the summary that you are going to use this kind of RAM, this CPU, this is your storage. This is going to be the name of VM, and this is going to be the location of boot files. Then click on finish. Once it is finished, here you can see there is one system. One system has been started now with the name of Shikha. So this is what? This is one of the virtual machine. This is one of the system. And in this system, we are going to install the Linux. This is called virtualization.
Okay.
So this is a blank box now. There is nothing. This is just a single machine, the blank hardware. And inside it, we want to install the Linux because there is no OS in this now. It is blank. So how to install Linux? We have already selected our ISO image, this one, during the VM creation. We have selected that ISO in the initially, you might have seen that. So let's start this machine. Currently, it is powered off. It is off. Let's click on start, this one. You can click on this. Once it is started, here you can see powering VM up. It is 0%. So it is turning on the machine now. Machine is in starting mode. So this is one of the system. Here what you have to do is you will have to select the top option, install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.7. This one, the below option is for testing the media. Testing the media means the source that you are using to install the window. Maybe you are using pen drive, maybe you are using CTDBD. In our case, what we are using the ISO image. So if you will select this option, then it is going to test the image. It will test the image that whether there is any virus present on image or not, if the file is perfectly okay or not. So this is just for testing. In case the Linux has been installed and it is not functioning properly, you want to reset the password, you want to break the password, then there is a troubleshooting mode. So troubleshooting mode is not for now. We will see it later once we will be familiar with the Linux. so that if any issue comes in Linux environment, then we would be able to troubleshoot. So for the initial installation, for fresh installation, we have to select the first option, install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.7. You can select it from your arrow keys. Clear? Then select the top one, this one, and press enter. So I have pressed enter. You can zoom out the screen as well. You can go to view and you can click on full screen mode. So it will be zoomed. It will be, the resolution will be larger and it will be on the full screen.
Okay.
It's up to you. So the installation is going to get started now. Let me do the full screen. Click on switch. So this has come to the full screen now. So the booting file have been started. See, this is a command line interface. And this is very easy. Once you will be familiar, it will give you a very good interface. People find it quite interesting to learn the Linux. These are the important files of the Linux kernel, user space IO. So every driver, every hardware is getting detected here. And every status is okay. It means our hardware is good. There is no issue with our hardware. Anaconda, see. Here you will see different kind of name. Anaconda, Python, Ruby, Golang, then Moti, Fedora Caldera, then Yum server, Samba server. These kind of servers will be there in the Linux because this is open source. So people create it and give their name, whatever name they want to give, they can give it. So there will be Samba server in Linux. There will be Yum. There will be Wine server also. WINE. These kind of servers will be there in the Linux. Even the installer is Python, Anaconda. These kind of files are important files here. Here you can see Anaconda is getting installed. See Anaconda 33.16.7.12. This is the main important file of Linux. This one, Anaconda. The most important file of Linux. Just like in Windows, in C drive, there is boot folder. So similar in Linux, there is Anaconda folder, which is important. In Windows, it will be C drive boot folder in system 32. And here in Linux, it will be Anaconda.
So it is a kernel file.
Yes, it is one of the kernel file. This is the source code actually. This is the version code. If you can modify this, then you can change the Linux. I will tell you what kernel is once it will be installed. Since it is Linux, so that's why I'm not picking a high pace. Because in the initial stage, Linux becomes very, you can say, disinterested to learn. That's the reason I am slowly picking up the pace. So it is asking us that in which language you want to process the Linux installation. You can see it is available in Bangla also. It is in Assami, it is in Arabic, and even it will be available in Hindi as well. If I will scroll it here, then it can be installed in Hindi as well. But in Windows, you can only install it in English, German, Spanish. These are the languages of Windows. But Linux can be installed in multiple languages. Why? Because this has been created by the open source community. So if some Indian have created it, then they have selected the Hindi language. If any Bengali has created that, then they have selected the Bangla language. So since we don't understand, like we understand this language, we understand Hindi and all, but we will not be able to operate it from our keyboard, because from our keyboard, we don't know how to type Hindi and how to type in this Bengali and these languages. We can only type in English. That's the reason I will select the English keyboard and English language. So here, English on the left side, and on the right side, what English language we understand. So either you can select India or you can select United States as well. So I will be selecting United States keyboard. because I am familiar with that. I am not familiar with the Indian keyboard. So let's select English. Let's select English US, then click on next. Click on continue. Is my screen control working or it has been lost? Yeah, now it has been clicked. So now this is the installation summary page. Keyboard we have selected. Keyboard has been selected by us. We have selected English US keyboard.
Okay.
This one, this option I will tell you later. This is for registration for patching. Just like I have told you that whenever there will be any update on the Linux platform, on the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, then company is going to take care of it. So for that, you have to register with the Red Hat company. This is that option. So for the update subscription, you will have to register with the company. How will you register? So for that, you will have to take one of the subscription ID that you will have to purchase from the company. Means in the real company, they will purchase one of the subscription ID. That subscription ID has to be entered here. So you can do it right now. You can do it later as well. So I will show you later how we can register to the company network. So the company network is called RHN, Red Hat Network, RHN. Just like in Windows, it is Windows Update. In Linux, it will be RHN subscription, Red Hat Network. So we don't require any update now. We are just using it for our personal practical. Then language and support. So we have selected English US. How we are going to install it? So we are installing it from the local media. Means we have an image, we have an ISO image, and we are using that image for Linux installation. Kdump is for kernel memory routing. I will tell you about this later because you will not be in this stage to understand this one. Date and time. So you can change the date and time here. If you will click here, then you will be able to change the date and time. I will do it later. I will tell you how to do it later on. Software. Again, it will ask you to install some software if it is required. If you want to install any software along with the installation, you can do it. If you have any software available and you also want that during the Linux installation, that software can also be installed, so you can do that. But I don't have that kind of requirement. I'm not installing any software now. I will tell you later how to do it. Network and host. It is asking you to connect to the internet, to give the IP. So I will tell you later how to do it via command, because in company, you will have to do these things through command line, not through graphical. This is a one-time task. During the installation, you can give the IP, but how will you modify in the future? So we will learn it on the real-time basis, not during the installation. So we will not do any changes in these steps. What I will do, I will click on the installation destination, this option. So just click on this. Once you click on this, so here the hard disk size is coming. So we have defined 30 GB of hard drive. So it is showing here. Can you see 30 GB?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
hard drive is ATA, Advanced Technology Attachment, and the size is 30 GB. SDA, what is SDA? I will tell you later on. This is one of the Linux drive later. In Windows, it is C drive for the main partition. In Linux, it will be SVA, SATA disk A partition. It starts with A. In Linux, it will A, B, C, D, SDA, SDB, SDC. These are the drives in Linux. But I will tell you later on again. So we want to install the Linux in this partition, in 30 GB of partition. So what I will do, I will simply click this. I will select this. I'm not creating any further partition because we will be confused. So I will tell you later on how to create additional drives in Linux. For now, only one drive will be created. This will act as a root. Just like in Windows, there is a C drive, single drive, which acts as a root directory, the main directory. Similar in Linux, we will install this particular operating system in this 30 GB of partition, and this will be our main drive. Rest of the partition, I will tell you later during the classes. So select this one, click on done. We are just performing the installation now. Install done. Once we will click on done, then we will go to the root password. In the Linux, the administrator account is called root.
Yes.
In Windows, it is administrator. In Linux, it is called root. So here we have to click on the root and we have to give one of the administrator password, that how you are going to manage this Linux. So there is administrator account, which is called root. So I am giving one of the password here. So you can give any password. Suppose I am giving ASD@12345. This is the password that I am giving, this one. Shikha, you can write it down because you will be logging in on this particular system. ASD@12345. You can change it later on as well. I will tell you how to change it, but for now, ASD@12345.
Done.
Similarly here, ASD@12345, the same password for the confirmation. Then we will click on done. It is saying that it is a weak password, see, because this is just a weak password.
Yeah.
So if I will create a complex password, then it will show strong.
Yeah.
So it's up to you what password you want to select. I am selecting this one because it is very easier for me to write down. So click on done. Once the root password is selected, then again you will click on this particular option. Again, you have to select this one. Again, you will go to done. Wait, we skipped one option. Just click here. We have to select this one also.
Automatic.
So we have to select this automatic feature. And if you will select this option, I would like to make additional space available. So it is going to detach some of the space from your 30 GB of partition, but I am not going to do it. I will do it later on. So select this one. There is some issue in this particular system. Wait. It is not selecting it. Wait. Let me fix this. It is checking the storage configuration. Okay, now it has come. So it was some synchronization issues with the image. That's why it was happening. So the same thing will be there. You will just click on this option. You will select your hard drive, the same thing, and you will click on done. And you will have to wait for the option to come here as begin installation, this one. So again, it is saying no disk selected. So if this is the error, then you have to click on it again and you will have to make sure that this one should get selected properly. So sometimes there are synchronization issues in the VirtualBox installation or in the VMware as well. This is going to get happen. So don't scare with this. Just select it and click on done. So here the option should be highlighted. Begin installation option should be highlighted. If this does not get highlighted, then again, done. So it is again checking whether it is okay or not. And if everything will be okay, then it will give the option of begin installation. So if in the one shot it is not coming, then you can try 2 or 3 times. You just have to click on that particular the hard disk that you have allocated, which is 30 GB. Click on that, click on done, click on add disk, click on done. And finally, this option should come, begin installation. If it is coming in one go, that's okay. If it is not coming, you can try 2 or 3 times. So because of some syncing issue, this happens. So now it has come. Then you have to click on begin installation. So it will start the installation of Linux now. and you can see a lot of files, a lot of dependent files will be downloaded along with it. SOAP is very important in the Linux. I will let you know in future once we will start it. These are the packages. Now the package in the Linux, there are packages just like in Windows, there is system32, boot, driver, init. So all the C drive files are called packages in the Linux. One more thing, in the VirtualBox, once you are in full screen mode, just like here we are in full screen mode, and if you want to go to your base machine, so how will you go? So on the right side there is a control button on our keyboard, on our keypad of the laptop, control. So you have to press Control and P. Once you will press Control and P, then you would be able to toggle your mouse outside. So you have to do it, then it will work. So Shikha, you can do it, and you can see that the mouse will now go to the base machine. Means on the upside your mouse will be go.
Control and P.
Control P. And you can move the cursor. Is it going out?
No, sir.
Maybe we are on a screen share, that's why it is not working. So after once you will end the screen sharing session, then Control P is the key to go to the base machine.
Okay.
So let it install till then. Let
Sir,
me stop the sharing. Yes.
Sir, how much it will take time, sir?
It will take around half an hour. So let it install. I am stopping the screen of Shikha. Shikha,
Yeah.
once it will be installed, let me know, and then we will again share the screen and we will see how to perform further. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm stopping your screen share. Don't do anything on this system.
Okay.
Now I'm sharing my screen.
सर ये VMware में फुल नेम, यूजर नेम, पासवर्ड, कंफर्म ऐसा करके खोल रहा है इसमें VMware में.
Share your screen.
Check.
Let me check what is happening. I'm stopping my screen share. You can share your screen.
So हो रहा है सर?
Yes. Just click on cancel. Go to file, new virtual machine. Next. I will install the operating system later. No.
अच्छा यहाँ से नहीं करना है.
Yes. यहाँ से नहीं. This one will be unattended.
Oh, sorry.
I will install the OS later. Next, select Linux. Select the version. See, these are the version of Linux. SUSE Linux. SUSE was created by one of the Japanese person. Turbo Linux. Red Hat, Oracle Linux. So we are doing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 64-bit. So you will select this one.
कौन सा वाला सर?
Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 64-bit.
864.
Yes, you can select anything, even it will work.
Okay.
Next, you can give the machine name. So you can give any name here. This is going to be the host name of the system. Not the host name actually, this is the machine name. This is the hardware name. Then the location. Location means same thing that we have done in the Oracle VirtualBox. You have to give one of the location where the logs files, where the booting files will be stored on the base machine. So you can pick any drive, any folder. In the Oracle, we have also done it. We have given C drive space. Someone can mute because I can hear my voice. Someone is recording, I think.
But sir, मेरा ही है actually.
इसी में रिकॉर्ड करने लगे हो तुम?
नहीं सर, वो मोबाइल पे भी चला रहा है ना.
Okay.
We can give any drive like F folder D.
Yes, you can.
Any.
D, E, whatever. Make sure
Okay.
the space should be there.
सर एक्चुअली स्पेस नहीं है अभी मेरे इसमें, मुझे वो करना पड़ेगा।
10 GB भी नहीं है। You will have to then free the space. Oh,
अच्छा
है
40
तो सही,
है
40
इसमें।
GB is there.
चलो ठीक है हाँ है।
You can give 30 GB, 30 GB, 20 GB. It will work.
20 रहने दो सर अगर।
Okay, you can leave it 20.
Sir, in this
Yes.
there is a split virtual disk and store. Sir, we
Yes.
can split na if we
Yes,
want
yes.
to
See, what is the
store in a
meaning?
multiple.
Yes, what is the meaning behind this? So store virtual disk as a single file means once the Linux will be installed. So as we have mentioned, one of the location where the log files and the booting files will be stored. That is our T drive, I think. So if you will select store virtual machine as a single file means a single VHD file will be created and all the information related to that VM, all the file, all the logs will be saved in a single file. But if you will select split virtual disk into multiple file, then it is going to create multiple folders. Storage will be in a different folder, logs will be in a different folder, VHD will be in a different folder. So that's the meaning of this.
सर एक और क्वेश्चन था सर इसके रिगार्डिंग। सर
Yes.
जैसे हम सर विंडोज जैसे सर्वर या विंडोज को इंस्टॉल करते थे तो डायरेक्ट सर हम कॉपी कर देते थे, इसमें कॉपी पेस्ट कर देते थे, तो इंस्टॉलेशन का टाइम हट जाता था इसमें वीएम मशीन में। सर वर्चुअल मशीन में सर क्या रेड हैट के लिए वैसे ही होगा?
No, no, no.
सर एक फोल्डर बना लेते हैं, उसको उसी पे ही पेस्ट कर देते हैं इंस्टॉल पूरी, और सर डायरेक्ट ये उठा लेगा वीएम मशीन वहीं से ही।
That is something you can do once a single Linux is installed. Once it is installed, so you will have the VHD file, the location
yes,
that you will define. So you can copy that VHD file to create another virtual machine so that the time can be minimized then.
Okay, sir.
That
Sir,
possibility is there.
Okay.
Okay. So here click on next.
ओके यही रहने देना वर्चुअल डिस्क।
It's up to you. You can keep it.
अच्छा
There is nothing to do with this option. That's a virtualization option only.
फिनिश।
No, just go to customize hardware. Customize hardware option. The no. Below this. Customize hardware.
अच्छा ये।
Yes. Here you have to give what RAM you want to allocate to the Linux. So in total, what RAM you have?
4 GB है सर, 4
4
GB।
GB you have. So you can give 2 GB then.
ये ठीक है
It
ना?
is already selected. 2 GB is already selected. Now, then what you have to do, just go to processor.
Yeah.
Here, one core of processor is selected. So how much processor
Yes,
you
sir.
have? i3,
One,
i5,
one.
what? No. What is your processor limit? i3, i5, i7, what processor you have?
I think इसमें i5 है शायद।
i5. Then you can increase the core. In the VMware, you can increase the core. Just click on drop down.
सर मैं एक्चुअली मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ बट आई थिंक i5 है।
Check कर लो. You can check it.
Uh,
Just go to C drive property. Just go to this PC property. Yes, right click, go to property. It is i5 with 8 GB of RAM. Good. Just close it. Just close it as well. Close it. Now here, just increase the core to 2. Give the 2 core. 2 core means there will be 2 powers to the CPU to this Linux machine. I have discussed this yesterday about the cores. Core means the hand. So increase here as well. Core per processor 2. Now in the left side, click on new CD DVD SATA. The third option from the top. Here you have to give the source location of ISO file. Where is your ISO available? So just go to browse, and where is your ISO? Just give the location. So it is in download. So select the download one, open. Now click on close. So this is the installation procedure in VMware Workstation. Click on finish. In Oracle VirtualBox, it is different. In VMware, it is different. Now click on power on this virtual machine. So whatever is comfortable, you can use that. Click on OK. Now click on full screen. On the top, there is an option of full screen. Just go to view. Just go to view. Don't do it from here. Just go to view. View on the top left. File, edit, view. Just click on full screen. Now from your up arrow, select the install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.7, the first option.
ये कंट्रोल ऑल्ट से आएगा क्या?
No. From up arrow.
अच्छा.
Arrow key. Enter. Press enter. Select it from arrow. Press enter.
सर एरो से नहीं हो रहा कुछ.
Click inside this. Just click your cursor inside this machine. Now is arrow working? If it is not working, then you can select it from your mouse as well. Select the first option and click on enter.
सर ये कंट्रोल ऑल्ट से आ गया.
Just double click on the screen. Double click on the screen. Now select the option from arrow.
मतलब क्या करना है समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को.
सर हो रहा है सर.
इस पे क्लिक करना है.
No. Blank screen पे जाओ. Double click on this.
हाँ.
Now you are inside the VM. Now go with the arrow.
मतलब क्या करूं मतलब?
Arrow से first option select करो. Up and down. Select the first option. Install Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Just restart it again. You have escaped the time limit. Just press Control and Alt and go out from the VM.
मतलब यहाँ से
Click on.
कैंसिल.
इसको cancel मत करो. Click on File.
फाइल.
Yes, because we have got 40 seconds to do it.
अच्छा.
Now exit. Click on exit. Click on power off. Again start it. Again go to VMware Workstation. Click on first project. Power on this virtual machine. Okay. Then select the first option. You can do it from mouse as well.
यही वाला.
First option means install Red Hat Enterprise Linux. This one. You have 50 seconds again. Is your arrow working? Arrow up down.
अच्छा हाँ ठीक है.
That is working, right? Select it. Press enter. Have you done the enter?
Enter. हाँ enter कर दिया.
Okay. Now the installation has been started. We have to wait here.
तो शो नहीं हो रहा सर.
It will come. It will take some time. So it is checking your hardware. Okay. Everything is okay here. You can go to full screen as well. Just click on view on the top. Go to full screen. Now the installation procedure is working. Let's wait. Every one of you can perform the installation. You have full week because installation is something that you are doing first time. So this is going to be complicated for you. That's the reason. Just do the installation. If you face any difficulty, the video recording will be there. So you can refer today's video recording. If you still can't install the Linux, you can let me know on Saturday. I will help you, but just try with your own. If you are stuck somewhere, then you can connect with me.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, first install a virtual machine. After that, install a Red Hat. Sir.
Yes. First, we will create one of the virtual machine. Inside that, we will install the Red Hat Linux server.
Okay.
So language English. Continue.
Okay.
Click on continue.
Yes, right.
Wait. It's clicked. Now click on this root password. Just give one of the password, whatever is your choice. You can give any password.
वो ASD वाला जो आपने बताया था, ASD
Anything. It's your virtual machine. It's your system. You can give any password.
वही दे देता हूँ सर।
कुछ भी दे दो. Make sure you remember it. Whatever you are giving. Otherwise, you will have to break this one.
नहीं, वही वाला दे देता हूँ सर।
Okay. Click on done. On the top left. Saif, are you asking any question?
Yes, sir. So during I was installing, then it was asking for user name and password. So, sir, root password is same as username and password?
No. That is different. You are at the end, right?
Yes, sir.
You have installed the Linux or what?
Sir, I have installed the Linux.
At the end, it is asking for user ID and password, right?
Sir, actually, smart install was enabled, so automatically it has installed without any manual configuration.
Oh, okay. So see, the user ID and the password that it is asking, that's not the root ID and password. That's a normal user. So you can create the normal user account. You can give any name and you can give any password. Then you can click on finish.
Sir, after installation, I can set, right?
After installation also you can set. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now click on installation destination on the third option, the top third. Yes. Just your disk is not coming. Yes, this one, 20 GB. Select your 20 GB on the right. See.
Yeah.
This, yeah, on the top, the icon. Yes. Click on done. Top left. It's not window. It will not come on the bottom. It will come on the top. Again, it is not coming. So again, go to installation destination. Again, select this.
यहाँ पे करना है?
Yes. Click on this. Now, yes. Now click on add disk. If it is not coming, then click on add disk. Then again, click on done. Click on done. Click, then wait. So it is checking and now it has coming. Okay. Now click on begin installation. So it has been started now. Now you can stop your sharing and let me know once it is completed, because it is not the complete process. After this, we have to create the user account and we have to give some information as well. So I'm stopping your screen share now. Shikha, is it completed or it's still in progress?
Sir, in progress.
In progress. Okay, no issues. I'm sharing my screen now.
Okay.
So I already have the Linux installed. I have the Red Hat Enterprise Linux in my Oracle VirtualBox. So I'm opening it. Meanwhile, it is getting installed. Let me show you how it will look like. So this is the machine in my Oracle VirtualBox. I'm using Oracle. So I will select this. Currently, it is in power off state. So I have to turn it on. So in order to turn it on, there is an option of start. So just click on start. And you can see on the right, it is getting started now. It is powering on. So click on switch. Now the machine is getting started. So I have to click on enter. Then my Linux will be booting. So this is my Linux page. Red Hat. Red Hat means red topi, red cap. So this is the user account which I will use to log in. I have created one of the test name user account. Then the password, it is asd@12345. Click on sign in. And here is the screen of Linux. This is your Linux screen. This is the first desktop. You can increase the font. You can increase the size of this screen as well. You can go to display, means right click on this, go to display setting. From here, you can increase the resolution. Just click on resolution and let me select, suppose this one, 90/20/1443 something. Let's click on apply. So the size has been bigger now. Keep changes, click on keep changes and the size will be bigger. Clear? So you can increase the size from the resolution. It is graphically available. So you can increase the size and the look, it looks like Mac operating system. Can you see? The interface is like Mac. Mac means your Apple. See. So this is 8. 8 means Linux 8. There is a blank screen. If you want to change the wallpaper, just right click on it, change the background. Right click on the screen. This is the right click. Right click. Change background. So in the change background, you can see only 2 wallpapers are coming, the black one. So it means there is no other option to change the background. But in some flavor of Linux, there will be some wallpaper settings as well. So you can pick that. If it is not coming, just like in my case, I have the minimal version, so it is not coming. So I can only stick with this black background, this one. Now, here on the activity, see on the top left, can you see the activity? This one where my cursor is. If I click on this, then this is the browser, Mozilla Firefox. If I will click on it, then it will open my Mozilla Firefox. See, Mozilla is opening. It is just like Apple. See, it is an Apple interface. So this is the by default browser of Linux. In Windows, it is Microsoft Edge. In Linux, it is Mozilla Firefox. So by default, once you will install the Linux, then Mozilla Firefox will come. So you can click on that, you can open it, and your internet is working. So you would be able to access the internet. After some time, it will come. We have just started that. So this is Mozilla Firefox. Just click on activity and you can see this option. This one is your file location. If I will click on the files, then I will go to my directory. See, just like in Windows, it is C drive, D drive, E drive. So in Linux, it will be these kind of files. Desktop data will be here. Document data will be here. Download data will be here. This is music. It is same like your Windows. Picture. We have this option in Windows as well. This is called library. Public, template, and video. Video will be stored here. This is the document location. All the document can be saved here. Whatever you will download, it will come here. If you want to save any music, it will come here. Trash means recycle bin. Whatever you will delete, it will go to the trash. So in Windows, it is recycle bin, and in Linux, it is trash. So in order to cancel it, there is a close option. This one, you can close this. It is same like Windows. Click on activity. Again, the third option is called software. This one is browser, Mozilla Firefox. Second one is your files. Third one is your software. So software means your Play Store. In Windows, it is Windows Store. In Linux, it is called softwares. So welcome to software. Let's go to shopping. So it will redirect you to the internet website. And from here, you can download whatever software you want to download. So we are not downloading anything. We are not going to install any software right now. In future, we will do it. So let's close this one. Then again, let me open activity and you can see this option. So this is the help feature. If you will open it, then this is the complete guide to operate the Linux. If you want to study about the Linux, you can click on any link. It will give you the history, how the thing works, how the interface works, how you can do the changes, how you can lock everything. Without internet connection, you can do it. This is a local copy. You don't require any internet connection to read this book. This is a local copy only. So this is the help feature. In case you want to study about the Linux, you can go to this help. Then comes this black screen. This is called terminal. If I click on it, then a command prompt will get open. This is the actual Linux. This one. This is called terminal. Shell. Shell means working platform of Linux. Complete Linux can be managed from the terminal, from the command prompt. In the company also, there will be only black screen, just like this. This will be given to the administrator to manage the server. No graphic, nothing. If graphic is there, then still nobody will be using it, because from the graphic interface, you cannot do much things. You can only do the basic thing, like you can save the file, you can download it. But in order to run the servers, in order to create the servers, you will have to take the help of terminal. So here all the command will run. Everything will be operated from the terminal. So we will be working on the terminal in our classes. We will see how we can execute the command, how the command line works. So we will see it. Let's close it. Let's go to the activity again. And here you can see show applications. If I will click on it, then it will open the application. Videos, utility means calculator and all. If I will click on it, then you can see calculator is open, archive manager. For document viewer, in window we have to install Adobe viewer, PDF viewer. In Linux it will be document viewer, image viewer for image opening. Just to open any kind of image, you can go with the image viewer. Then these kind of feature, like you can give the IP address from this. Calculator is here, character. So a lot of graphical option. Disk, you can go to your disk. See, if I click on the disk, then you can see this is our disk. So in my system, we have this amount of partition. This is my laptop, so I have created this kind of partition. You will learn this later on. The interface is quite like your Mac. In Apple, it is the interface. So again, let me click on show application. This is like the camera and all. Cheese, just to click the photograph. This is the webcam software, Cheese of Linux. See, this is RHN. I was telling you that during the installation, if you want to connect to the Red Hat network for the update, for the patching, then you can do it later on as well. So this is the option. You can click on Red Hat subscription manager, and from here you can enter your ID and it will be running. So it is asking you the password. I will tell you later on how this works, not today. I'm not doing this today. We will learn this gradually. So this is the thing that you can see. Text editor means your file. You can create the file from here. The graphic file, see. Whatever you want to type, just type it and you can save it. So this is just like a Word file that you do in window. So in window, it is a Word file, and in this Linux, it will be a text file. So everything is same, only the name gets changed. So these things you can check. We don't have to do anything with these options because these all are the graphical option. So we will not be managing it graphically. We will be doing the server practical on the Linux in the real environment. So we will be using the terminal. But yes, for the entertainment purpose, Linux have added these kind of graphics so that you can be comfortable with the Linux, because people don't like Linux because of the black screen. So that's the reason Linux have added the graphical user interface so that it can be quite interesting to learn. Otherwise, this is just for the personal use. In reality, it will be managed through the terminal. So once the installation is done, you would be able to see these kind of option. Right click and the rest of option will come. Display setting, change background. Again, you can open the setting from here. In the region and language, you can change the language. If you want to make it in Hindi, then you can change it from here as well. Online account means what account you have taken. Flickr, Pocket, Microsoft. So you want to connect to any kind of email ID, you can add. Then sharing means you can share the data from Bluetooth. So this is for the personal thing. Sound, if you want to play any video, if you want to listen to any kind of music, then this is the sound option to increase and decrease the sounds. Power means shut down and all. So you can do the power setting here, when it will go to sleep, when it will go to hibernation mode. Network means for IP configuration. So we will see this option, not today. We will see this option via command prompt because that's the actual Linux. So in case you want to connect to any kind of Wi-Fi in the Linux, you can also do it. Just click on Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi will be coming here. So since we have installed it inside the virtual machine, that's why that option is not coming. On the base machine, you can connect directly to the Wi-Fi as well. So Shika, is the installation completed or it's still pending?
So it's still pending.
It is pending. It takes time. Actually, there are a lot of installation files.
Yes, sir.
My installation is completed.
Your one is completed. Okay, you can share the screen then. I'm stopping my share. I have given the share permission. You can share. So this is the final stage, or
So it is, I think,
what?
final stage.
That's the final stage. Good. So
Yes, sir.
here it is asking for the password. So the password that we have selected here, we have to give it. So sign in. So this is again the default dashboard of the Linux. You might have skipped some of the options,
Yes,
right?
sir. Sir,
So
actually,
you have done it with
in
your own.
no, sir. Sir, actually, in VMware, there is one option for smart install.
Okay, you have done the smart installation.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
It was
got it,
enabled,
got
so
it.
that's why.
Got it, no issue. So Shika, once the installation will be ended, don't do any changes. You can share your screen so that I can tell all the person how to proceed further. Okay.
Okay, sir.
He has done the installation via the smart mode. That's why everything got installed. So here the Linux has been successfully installed. You can stop your sharing. Let me share my screen.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So everyone is required to install the Linux for their practical on their system. They can do it.
So do I have to reinstall?
No, you don't have to reinstall. That's okay. That has been installed.
Okay.
You can just do your practical because our purpose was to install the Linux first so that we can see rest of the settings. So it has been installed, so no issues. Is my screen coming?
No, sir.
It's not coming. Oh, I have not shared it, I think. Wait. Where is the sharing? Yes, this one. Now is it coming?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
So let me restart the Linux. Let me log in.
So when I'm installing in Oracle VM, that there is an option coming, the hard drive, creation of virtual machine, hard drive. Do not add the virtual machine to hard drive. Create a virtual machine to hard drive now. Use a existing virtual hard drive files 8 GB. There is a caution coming.
Just share your screen. I did not understand.
Okay. So it is visible, sir?
No, it is not. Try again.
Now?
Yeah, now it is coming. Just click on cancel. You are on the hard drive page. Just click on file. Yeah, click on machine. Then click on new. Here, just give any name. Click on next. I think this is your very old version of VirtualBox, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's the reason the options are different. This is very old version. Okay, just allocate the RAM, what RAM you want to allocate. Minimum 4 GB has to be there. Minimum 2 GB will work also, but in 2 GB the speed will be less. If you will give 4 GB, that would be okay. Otherwise 2 GB can also be given.
Sir, 8 GB I am having.
In total, you have 8 GB in your system.
Yes, sir.
So don't give complete 8 GB. Otherwise, how the base
Sir,
machine will
4
work?
GB, 4 GB, only 4 GB.
4 GB. Just keep 4096 MB is 4 GB. 4096. You can type it manually.
Okay, sir.
Next. Then you do not create a virtual hard disk now. Yes, second option. This is very old version. That's why it is asking you to create the VHD.
Yes, sir, I am
VHD
having...
means size.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Click on create. Click. Just click on yes, VDI, virtual disk image, dynamically allocated. Next. Storage size, what you want to give as a partition. So if you have 20 GB of free space, then you can give it.
Sir, yes, sir.
You can type it manually as well. Type here 20. Bus. Click on create. That's it. Now you can power it on. Click on start. On the green button you can see on the third one. Top third, yes. Click on start. Now it is powering on.
Sir, I have to give the ISO image.
So you have not selected that. Okay, then you can just let's wait for it to complete. Then you can again give the power ISO.
Can I get from here?
You can, but let this process finish.
Can I cancel this?
You can just close it. Just forcefully close it. You should download the latest version of Oracle VirtualBox. Otherwise, this one is very older one. So this is going to give you the compatibility issue. You can download the latest one also, that is freely available on the Oracle site. Just write on the Google Oracle VirtualBox download. You will see the setup. Let me show you how it's look like. Because in the older version, you will face a lot of compatibility issues. Just like, see, if you want to download the Oracle VirtualBox, this is the image. This is the setup file. So it will be of 105 MB only. So to download it, just go to the Google and here you can type download Oracle VirtualBox. Then you will go to the official site or www.oracle.com. From here you can download, see, whatever you want to download, you can. So we are on the window. We will use it on the window. So we will download on window. Just click on this window installer 64-bit and the setup will now download it. See, you can see it has been downloaded now. So this is the link I am pasting in the chat box. You can refer this link in case you want to download the VirtualBox. So here it is in the chat box. You can keep this link. So download the window installer. If any one of you have the Mac, the Apple laptop, then you can download DMG. In Apple, the extension will be DMG. Solaris is again one of the flavor of Unix. Solaris, Sun Solaris. So for those people who are using the Linux on the base machine and Unix on the base machine, they will be downloading this package, Solaris package. But the people who are using Windows, they will download the window installer. So this is freely available. No money, no license, nothing. But for VMware Workstation, you should have a product key. So let me go to my Linux. Let me click on show. So here in the Linux, as I have told you, we will be working on the terminal. So just to open the terminal, click on activity. We will go to this command prompt. So this is our command area. Here we will be working. Let me increase the screen size. (9021.080) is good. Okay. Keep changes. Now it is good. So let me open the terminal. So from this terminal, we will be working. We will be operating the Linux environment. Here, just some basic command in case you want to check the timings and date. So there is a direct command date. From date, you can check your date. It is Sunday, 12th of March, and this is the timing as per the EDT time zone. I will tell you how to change the date and time as well. There is a command for that. For calculator, there is BC. So BC stands for your calculator. So it is getting open in some time. So these are some basic command that we will see. There are some file command, folder command, copy command, move command, date time, ls, directory listing. So everything we have to do, and that is hardly a matter of one class. Like it will only take one class to learn the basics of Linux. Then we can gradually start with the user creation, root directory permissions, user permissions, group permissions, swap, SSH, server creation. So that's something we can gradually see. Soft link, hard links, package installer, how to install software in Linux, Yum server, Samba server, Wine server. So these kind of things we have to see. So I would urge all of you just do your installation of Linux first, then we can do it. Then I will tell you how to do this kind of thing. So just do the installation of Linux first so that you can do the practical with your own.
Yes.
So
Sure,
Shika, what
sir.
is the status now?
Sir,
Is it still happening?
yes, sir.
Your system is very slow, I guess.
Maybe.
So in order to shut down the
Yeah,
Linux,
can we install it in our company laptop?
That's your company call. If you will do it, if they have some restriction, then you will not be able to do it. If they don't have restriction, then you can do it on, you can install the virtualization software and you can do the installation. But make sure that there should not be any restriction. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. Just check with your company. If they allow the installation for your practical, then you can do it. Otherwise, no.
Okay, sir.
So in order to shut down the Linux, if you want to shut down the Linux from the command prompt, then there is a command which is called init, INIT space 0. This is the command to shut down the Linux. And to restart the Linux, INIT space 6. Init 6. And to shut down the Linux, INIT space 0. Init space 0. So I will give you all the document, all the notes once we will start the command prompt. Then I will give you the note for every command. Whatever we will learn, I will provide you the note along with the recording. So you don't have to type the command with your own. You don't have to write it. I will give you the reference note for that. So you can practice with those notes. But before that, we will learn. Then I will give you that note on every class wise. So this is shutdown, init space 0, enter. Now the Linux is shut down. See, it has been shut down now. So just install the Linux first. Let the installation complete on Sikha's system. Then on next Saturday, if you will have any doubt, then we will discuss that. Otherwise, we will do the basic command line. We will see how the basic command works on the Linux platform, how to create file folder, how to create user, how to create directories. So all such information we will see. I'm not doing it today because most of you have not installed the Linux. So that would be quite difficult for you to compare, like to understand the thing. That's why I'm not doing it, because Linux is somehow complicated than the window. So it takes time. to get hands-on. So Shikha, you can share your screen. Let's see where the status is. Oh, it's still in the middle. See, once this will be completed,
Yes, sir.
once this will be completed, so what will happen? It will ask you to reboot the system. Reboot means restart. So you will restart it. Once it will be restarted, then it will ask you to create a user account.
Yes.
So you can
Actually,
give
sir,
any name. Yes.
मैं लैपटॉप को शट डाउन नहीं करती हूँ, स्लीप पे ही करती हूँ, तो हम नेक्स्ट सैटरडे यहीं से शुरू कर सकते हैं.
Oh, okay. No, I will use my system for that. If you don't shut down the laptop, then that's good. So in the
Sure.
final stage, it will ask you the user ID and password. So
Sir,
you
मेरा-
have to create a user account along with the password. Then you will click on finish. Once you click on finish, then your system will be restarted, means your Linux will be restarted and it will be done.
Okay.
That's the only option we have to see. Yes. Is there any further question?
सर मेरा कंप्लीट हो गया है सर VMware से.
It's on the final stage.
सर
Yes.
सर कंप्लीट हो गया मैंने कहा मेरा.
What is the screen on the display? Where it is showing?
मेरा मैंने ये तो सीखा का है.
Okay. You can share your screen then if it has been completed. Okay, you were also doing the installation. Okay, this is the final stage, right? See, once it will be completed, then it will show complete. Just like here, you can see on the screen.
Yes.
Let me just give me the control.
कहाँ से?
I am asking. See, approve it. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So once the installation will be completed, it will show you complete and it will ask you to reboot. So you need to click on reboot the system. You have not given me the control.
Control to the yes.
Just click on reboot system from your end. Click on this. Double click. You can double click on the screen to take the control from me. Yeah. So this is rebooting now. This is restarting now. So here you can see it is rebooting. Here you need to press enter. So just press enter. Once you will press enter, then again it will start the final process. Installation takes time because this is one of the server OS, but after this you will not face any slowness because we will be working on the CLI mode. So that's very fast. Linux is the fastest operating system in the world, even till now, because it uses minimal graphic. So graphic is not present here. That's the reason it is fast. Now, here you have to click on user creation. See on this page, what you have to do, just look at here. So you will click on user creation, click on it. Now create any user account just to operate the Linux. So you can give any name. You can also give your name as well. So there are two accounts. The first one is root that we have created during the initial installation. So root is the main account, the administrator, and there will be another user account who will work on the system. It will not have full access. It will have the minimal access on the system. So
Normal
this is
user.
your, this is the user account. Okay. Prakash space R, and this is your username. So in order to log into the system, you will have to use Prakash R, then give the password. Whatever you are writing, just remember it.
Yes, sir.
So username will be used to log into the system, and full name means the user account name, the person who is managing the system. So Prakash R is the full name of the user, and the login ID is Prakash Rana 410. So password has been given. Now click on done on the top left. This is the last configuration option. So once this is done, then you will click on license information. Even you can also click on quit this option as well. If you don't want to create any user account, you can quit it, but just let's click on the license information. Here you have to accept this one, accept the license. This is end user license agreement of the Linux. Just like whenever we install any kind of software, so it asks us to accept the license. So similarly, Linux is one of the OS, so it is asking us to select the license. This happens in Windows as well. During the Windows installation, we have to select the license in the beginning. In the Linux, it will happen at the end. So just click on accept the license, click on done. Then click on this subscription manager option. Yes, just click on default on the right, default. Now click on done. Now click on finish configuration. So you have to click on these three options. You have to do the changes, then click on finish configuration. On the top right, on the bottom right. So once this will be completed, then again your Linux will be restarted. And here you are on the login screen, just log in. So this is the user account, Prakash R, and the password he is typing. Then he will click on sign in and Linux installation is done. Once he will sign in, then you will see one more option. This is your default dashboard. This is your desktop profile. So Linux installation has been completed now. So this is something you have to do on your system. Whether you want to use VMware Workstation, whether you want to go with the Oracle VirtualBox, it's up to you. Now see, on this screen, again, you have to select the languages and all. This is the final step. Once you will be logged in, select the language. Then again, click on next on the top. Then again here, select the language of English US. Click on next on the top, click on next. You are ready. So start using Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Click on this. Now done. So officially Linux has been installed. You can click on close.
ये क्या है sir? System not registered.
It is asking you to register for the subscription for patching with RHN. So you can close this. We are not registering anything now. Just click on cancel. Just cancel it. You can click on register system. So this is for software update and we will do it later on. Just click on cancel now. Just cancel this. This is the RHN subscription for patching, for getting the updates from the Red Hat side. So we will do it later on, not now. Saif, yes.
Sir, as you said that in patching, so like it doesn't happen like in Windows, it automatically updates.
Yes, it happens automatically, but for that you will have to register with the RHN network. So that's the option it is asking, that register it with the RHN subscription. Once you will be registered, then whatever update will come on the Linux, then Linux is going to do it automatically. Red Hat is going to automatically patch it on your system. Okay.
So if it is not registered, then it will not.
Then it will not accept any update.
Okay.
It will not be updated. Just like in Windows, you can disallow the option of window update.
Yes.
If you want to suspend the, if you want to stop the window update option, then you can go to the window setting and you can stop it. Similarly, in the Linux, if you want to stop the update, then you don't have to register with the RHN. If you want to update your Linux from the Red Hat, then you will have to register with the RHN network. So currently we are not updating it. because we will not do any patching activity in the initial stage. We will do it later on. Once we will understand how Linux works, then we will see these patching kind of things. So here you go with the Linux installation. So the installation is completed for 3 to 4%. Rest who are pending, they can download the image and they can perform the installation.
Sir,
Yes.
सर ये कंप्लीट हो चुका है, लेकिन मतलब मैं वापस अपनी स्क्रीन पर कैसे जाऊँ?
Just press. You are on Oracle or VMware?
सर Oracle.
So okay, just share your screen. I will tell you.
सर मैं Oracle की स्क्रीन पे हूँ, कुछ मतलब
Okay. Just press Control P.
सर मैं स्टॉप करूँ?
Yes, you can. Control P.
Control P प्रेस करने पे कुछ नहीं होगा.
No. Once you will press Control P, then on the bottom you can see there is one tray.
सर वो ट्रे अभी तक तो आ रहा था.
A tray is coming on the bottom. Just click on that tray and you will see the file option, exit option.
Yes सर, अभी तक आ रहा था, लेकिन अभी तो वो Reddit की ही स्क्रीन पर कर्सर घूम रहा है, उसके बाद बाहर नहीं जा.
It is showing nothing on the Control P.
सर एक्चुअली Reddit का जो स्क्रीन है जितना भी, उसके बाहर मतलब मुझे कर्सर माउस नहीं दिख रहा.
After Control P, it is not coming.
No sir.
Let me show you. See, this is my screen.
Actually,
Here, see, I have the Linux. I am turning it on. Start. Let me show you how to do it.
सर सब्सक्रिप्शन के लिए कुछ चार्ज लगता होगा ना?
No. For subscription, like for support, there will be charges. For update, there is no charges. Now see on this screen.
सर अभी मैं आप स्क्रीन शेयर कर रही हूँ, आप देख लीजिए.
सर एक बात बताइए, जो 4 GB रैम होता है तो लैपटॉप का हो जाएगा क्या?
You have 4 GB on the laptop.
Yeah.
It will work. Then you can give 2 GB to Linux. It will be somehow slower, but you would be able to do your practical.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
See, on this screen, on the bottom, once you will do Control P, then on the bottom there is a tray. There is a white kind of tray. If you will
Yes,
go
sir.
your.
पहले आ रहा था, लेकिन जब भी Reddit का स्क्रीन आ गया तभी नहीं आ रहा.
Oh, okay. After now it is coming.
नो सर, अभी तो फिलहाल यही स्क्रीन है. आप मेरा स्क्रीन विजुअल हो रहा है?
नहीं, अभी तो नहीं. Okay, now it is coming. So it is out now.
Yes. मैं स्टार्ट करूँ?
You are starting it. This happens with the Oracle VirtualBox. In the VMware, this is not the problem, but in Oracle VirtualBox, the option is on the bottom. Click on switch.
Yeah. This is this one.
So this one is coming now.
Yeah.
So now you know how to operate this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. So this Linux has been installed now. So is the file installation has been completed or it's pending? Let's see whether you are able to log in or not.
Yes.
So have you all understood how to install Linux?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone would be able to do it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no, then you can refer the recording of tonight. Otherwise, if you still face any difficulty, you can let me know. You can let me know on Saturday. I will personally help you out because Linux installation is important. Otherwise, you will not be able to do your further practical. So don't be shy. You can ask.
Sir, for the
Don't think that if you
ISO,
will not ask, so people is going to laugh on you. This is not the case. Everyone is fresher here, so you can ask anytime.
sir, for that ISO image, can we just search it on Google and download, or can you just provide me link for that? So,
yeah, I had provided the link. I will do it again.
okay, sir.
You have to download it from the official Red Hat Enterprise site.
Okay, sir. Please provide the link once
Yeah,
again.
I am sharing the link again.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So this one.
Yeah, this has been this has been installed now.
Yes.
Let's wait. Just click on activity. Now it is completely working. So your system is also ready for the practical. You can just close it. You can stop your sharing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Control P. Go to the down. Yes. Yeah, this is asking for registration. So do it. English next. This is only asking you for the initial stage. After this, it will not ask you again and again. So you are ready to go. Start using Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Now the final installation has been completed. So you can shut it down. You can stop your sharing.
Okay.
सर एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था
Mhm.
सर गूगल से जब हम नॉर्मली कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर या कोई भी फाइल डाउनलोड करते हैं
Mhm.
तो सर मोस्ट ऑफ द जो फाइल होती है वो या तो एग्जीक्यूटेबल होती है .exe एक्सटेंशन की जो कि विंडोज में चलती है या फिर मैक की होती है सर लिनक्स की काफी कम मतलब सॉफ्टवेयर या फिर फाइल्स वगैरह
Yes, because see, Linux, window, when we talk about window and Mac, so it is used by the end user mostly. Means the user like us, we are using that. So that's the reason the developer has created a lot of software to run on window and Mac. But when we specifically talk about Linux, so Linux is not used by the general people. It is only used in the company environment mostly, and the person who are learning the Linux, they use it. So that's the reason most of the softwares are not designed to run on the Linux platform, because it is server specific operating system. So on the server, we don't install most of the unwanted application. We will only install those applications which will be worthful on the server. We don't install this VLC media player, the music player. So the personal software is not getting installed on the server level. That's the reason for Linux, most of the software are not available. Even Linux don't support exe, it supports RPM. I will tell about this later on what RPM is. So like the Windows software will not work on the Linux. Means the software that you can install on the window, the exe setup, that is not going to work on the Linux. On Linux, this will not be supported. That's the reason Linux is virus free, because the exe which is designed for window, it can attack with the virus, but on Linux you might have heard that there is no virus. Why there is no virus on the Linux? Because Linux does not support exe. Exe setup will not be supported, and all the viruses are programmed for the exe. So Linux supports RPM extension, and for RPM the viruses are very less. That's the reason Linux is virus free. Now what RPM is, I will tell you later on. It is one of the extension. Just like in Windows it is exe, in RPM, in Linux it is RPM, Red Hat Package Manager. That's the full form. And in Windows, exe means executable. So that's the advanced level of story. I will tell you gradually. Now the link to download the Red Hat is this one. This is the link. I am pasting it in the chat box. So you can go to this site and you can download this Linux. Just scroll it down. This is the site. Just scroll it down. Once you will scroll down, then here is the option of Linux 8.7.0. Here you need to go to DVD ISO of x86 and 64. Don't download this one. Download this. Even don't download this one also. This is Arch. So Arch is complete CLI. So download this. You have to download this x86 and 64 and click on download. Once you will click on download, it will ask you to create one of the account. So you can register it with your Gmail ID. Just like if I click on download, I have shown you yesterday as well. Then it will ask you to create the account. So if you have the account, you can use that. If you don't have, you can click on register for a Red Hat account. And here you can use a login. You have to create a login ID. Then you can give your Gmail ID and password, your personal information. Company name, you can write any random name. If you want to give your company name, it's up to you. Otherwise, you can write any random name. In the job role, you can give any role. You can become CTO, CEO, vice president, whatever. So just give the name, create a password, click on next, next, and finish. A account will be open. Then from this account, this is the official Red Hat Enterprise account for you guys in the future. So that in future, if something comes up, you can download it freely. So this account can be used. So from here, you can download the Linux. So this is the only link from where you will download the Linux. Don't use other link. This is the official website. This is the original Linux that you are downloading now. So I hope everyone would be able to download and install the Linux now. So just use your laptop. You have full week. You have Monday to Friday. Just try to install it. Installation does not take much time. Within 1 hour, it will be installed. So this is the only task that you can do. Once this is done, like I hope everyone will do it by a Friday. On Saturday, we can start with the command line interface. For Saturday, our target is to understand the basic command, like how we are going to basically operate the Linux. Then on Sunday, we will start with the folder, file and folder, permissions, soft line, hard links. So this is something we will complete within these 2 days, within the next Saturday and Sunday. Afterwards, on the next Saturday and Sunday, we are planning for user and group management, their permissions, their roles, like how the system administrator is going to give the permission to the user. So everything we are going to do it gradually. So whatever is there in your syllabus, we are going to cover that. So within few classes, we will become not very expert, because to become the expert in the Linux, it takes time. But yes, we will have the hands-on practice on the Linux. We will be very good in the Linux. We would be in a stage to manage the Linux server. Then we will start our AWS. On AWS, we will start our deployment part. Whatever services we have to do, we will do it. So this will hardly take 6 to 7 sessions to complete the Linux and Linux server. Okay.
Sir, how much time it will take to install the Linux?
It takes around, like you seen today, it took around 1 hour. So within 1 hour, it can get installed. If the system is very good, just like in my laptop, I am using the SSD hard drive and my processor is 11th generation. So it got installed within 25 minutes. If your hardware is very old, then it can take
20 minutes, it's showing installing.
Maybe your hardware is old, that's the reason, or you have given the low amount of RAM and CPU. What core you have given during the installation?
2 core.
2 core. And what about the RAM?
20 GB.
20 GB of RAM?
No, 8 GB, 8 GB, 8.
You have given 8 GB of RAM. And how much total RAM you have on the base machine?
16.
16. Don't worry, it will install then. Within 1 hour, it should get installed. Because on different hardware, it is taking some time. Just like if you have a very new hardware, so it will get installed within 25 minutes or 20 minutes. But if that is a old hardware, then it is going to take within 1 hour, it will be completed. Just like in Shikha's system, it took more time, but in SAP system, it got completed within 30 minutes. So it depends upon hardware to hardware as well. So just keep it running, it will be installed. Initially, it takes time, like you can estimate that the maximum time can be 1 hour. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If it does not get installed, if it is taking more time, you can finish the installation, you can cancel it, you can recreate the virtual machine, and you can restart the installation part. So just wait for some more time. If still the situation remains same, then you can cancel it and you can recreate the VM and do the installation. Clear?
Sir, I have one question.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, this is client OS or server OS?
This is server. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is server operating system, not client. No client OS is available in Red Hat. These all are server. These all are server OS. Everything.
Okay, so Red Hat does not provide client OS.
Red Hat does not provide any client OS. It's only server OS.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Ubuntu Linux is the client OS. Ubuntu, UBUNTU, but that's not the product of Red Hat.
Okay.
Red Hat is only for server.
So
Because
Ubuntu is used
Linux
for
is used
Hadoop.
on the server end. Nobody uses Linux on the client machine. If I will use Linux on my base machine, then I would be puzzled at what I am doing, because most of the things will not work on the Linux. So person use Windows or Mac on the end devices. On the server, it can be Windows or it can be Linux. Any further question?
No, sir.
So someone was asking me any question. Who was that? One hand is raised. Yes, you can.
Sir,
Seth.
sir, on server we can. Is there any option to run Mac OS also?
On Linux?
No, no, sir. On server, is there any option to run Mac OS also? Like
No,
we run.
no. Mac is not designed for server.
Okay.
Mac is a client operating system.
Okay.
Linux is a server. You can get Linux in two flavor, server and client. Red Hat Enterprise is the server. In the company, Red Hat is used as a server. In Windows, in Microsoft, there are two categories, client OS and server OS. So server OS is your Windows Server 2012, 2019, 2022. Client is your Windows 7, 8, 10, 11. Those are the client OS. In Mac, everything is client OS. Now there is one more variant which is called BDI. You might be working on the BDI as a desktop engineer. So Citrix, for Citrix BDI, there is a different image.
Yes, sir. I
Like
have worked on this.
to run the Mac,
yes.
there is a different BDI compatible image. To run the Windows, there is a different BDI compatible image. So those are called Xen Desktop, XEN Desktop. So
Yeah, yes,
they
sir.
don't
Xen
support
Desktop.
these kind of images. There is a special image for the BDI. Those are called Xen Desktop for Citrix. And for Azure, it is ABD. For AWS, it does not exist. For AWS, there is no BDI platform. It works on the Citrix. But for Azure, there is Azure AVD, Azure Virtual Desktop. So VDI is the product of Oracle. The VDI that you are supporting in your company, that is the product of Oracle. Means Citrix, Citrix VDI, Citrix Xen Desktop, Citrix Xen Apps. So those are the product of Oracle actually. The parent company is Oracle, and those are targeting, like the developer is your Citrix. So on the AWS, Citrix works as a AVD, as a VDI platform, and in Azure there is a ABD. So don't worry about this AVD and VDI. This is on the desktop level. So you will not be doing that on your cloud job. But yes, this was for your information. Okay. Anything else?
Sir, in my company, some users launch software from web portal of Citrix. They launch from there, and then it launches in the desktop.
Understood. That is called Xen Apps, publish app environment on Citrix.
Sir, why is there a need? Can we directly?
See, you can directly, but why they have done that? Because the system that have been allocated to the user, that is with the minimal configuration of hardware. So the software which requires a high level of hardware allocation, so that will be happen through the virtualization. On the virtualization server, they are going to install the software, and from Citrix virtualization, they are going to publish those apps on the web platform so that user can access it. So through this, company can maintain the security as well, that that will be only accessible on the web platform. So there will be high level of security. Nobody is going to install it on the local system. And the second one is the resource limitation. If your laptop does not contain very much high level of resources, then through virtualization, they are going to install the application on the server and they are going to provide it to you via web interface. So during the COVID, it got very much used. Like most of the company have started to use Citrix VDI during the COVID because they were unable to transfer the laptop to most of the people who were working from home initially. So that's why they came up with this concept. But now it has been highly used. Like most of the company nowadays are on Citrix VDI for their end user. so that they can work anywhere. They can log into their personal laptop as well. If they have the Citrix VDI, they can log into their personal laptop as well. So just for the resource limitation, this got developed.
So in
Okay.
my company, we are using Citrix VDI.
Yes, right. Most of the company on the desktop side, for the client level of client level of user, they are using Citrix VDI, and some company who are on the Azure platform, they are using AVD, Azure Virtual Desktop. So it is similar like your VDI, but that is a Azure product. So Citrix VDI is a different thing. Mostly it is used, and Azure is on the second number when it comes to AVD. So Azure has the AVD and Citrix has the VDI. So both have the same functionality. Okay. So that's something you are doing in your current job. This has nothing to do with your cloud administration job, but yes, you should have the knowledge of these kind of things. Now we can wrap up the session. So you guys can do the installation of Linux for the next session, and we can work on the command line. So I will share you the videos. I will share the videos to Anamika. The link, I think she will not be available at night, so she will share you the link by morning. So by morning, you will get the video download link of both the classes, yesterday and tonight as well, along with the notes. So I will also enter some of the questions, so you will get it. Clear?
Sir, link तो same ही होगा ना?
Yes, link will remain same, but that is a practice. So every weekend we will be doing it. Otherwise, the link is same. You can check it after 12 at night. If I will upload the video, that will be available there. Otherwise, Anamika will share with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Anamika ma'am not share the
Sure,
link.
sure.
Anamika will share it. Don't worry. In the morning, she will share it.
Last
Otherwise,
last week link I will ping it Anamika, but she's not sending the link.
Google Drive का एड्रेस सेव कर लो, bookmark कर लो, उसी में मिल जाएगा सर.
yes, Google Drive link I have shared with Anamika, so she will. I will ask her to share it again, so you will get it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So all the videos and all the notes will
Sure,
be available
sure.
on that link. So let's connect on Saturday, and let's proceed further then. So installation part is done today. Now we can go in a good speed and we can do our further task. So enjoy your night. Have a good night now.
Actually,
Good night.
I want
Sir, good
to.
night. Thank you, sir.